the recent condition of Uttarakhand is very delicate and unhuman, as you all know that because of the flood condition in Uttarakhand. But as an electrical engineer, how can we see the situation? The primary goal, the first phase, de-energization and safety. It is very important step which has to be taken care, because this phase is governed by the principle of safety at all means all cost. Here, the electrical engineer considered that the I fault current should be zero. It is a very must condition, and the isolation process is also takes place into this phase, that the isolation of all the electrical equipment should be takes place by opening the circuit breaker and switches. With the help of circuit breaker and switches, it is confirmed that there is the isolation occur to the damaged part of the power plant. Now the second phase is the damage assessment. Whatever the part of the power system is damaged has to be taken care by the analysis and measurement. This phase is about gathering the data to inform the restoration plan. So here the engineers use the formula to analyze the system's behavior and determine the extent of the damage. They might use the principle of power system analysis, like let's say that line impedance calculation, to understand how the loss of the transmission line affects the overall grid. They also see the power flow analysis. The engineer would also use the power flow formulas to see how the loss of the section of the grid is going to affect the voltage and current in the remaining section. Means remaining section has to be taken care. The third phase, this is the third phase and the last phase which we broadly classified. The third phase is the restoration of the power. Restoration of the power, that is the rebuilding and energization. This phase is going to involve the physical repair and the strategic decision to re-energize the system, because re-energization is very important too, isn't it? Here the engineer is responsible for the overall plan and the safety calculation. When replacing the power lines, the engineer must calculate the proper sag to ensure the line doesn't snap under its own weight, or something like you can say due to the winds. Transformer sizing. This is the second section of the same phase, or the last phase. If the substation is destroyed, the engineer must calculate the size of the replacement transformer based on the load it will serve, using the formula that is a simple formula. This is the three main phases through which the engineer has to go with, because these three phases are very broadly seen. We have engineer actually go to the deep analysis.